Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if it's your first time. I am your muse Tracy and I am your favorite manifestation coach. I am here to inspire you and empower you to live the life of your dreams, to create on purpose exactly what you want in all areas of your life, to stop settling and to stop suffering. You are not here to suffer. If that sounds good to you, you are more than welcome to subscribe to my channel. I offer one-on-one coaching and I offer group coaching as well. The next group coaching is launching in just a couple days. The program starts in about a month, but everything is going to be launching in the next couple of days. I will talk a little bit more about that towards the end of the video. And let's get right into it, you guys. I am really excited to talk about this. And, it's something that I found both in my own journey and what I see with the clients that I work with all the time. And this is, of course, about manifesting your specific person and what the real secret or key or, way to unlock this to be a little bit more of an effortless and not such a painful and dragging on and on type of scenario. This is the key that I'm sharing with you in this video. It took me a long time to open myself up to this concept. So if you feel a little resistant, stick with me, you guys. Stick with me in this video. I really am sharing through my own experiences and what I've seen truly work for my clients. So I'm going to hypothesize that at the root of every desired specific person manifestation, there is some amount of lack of self-love. Let me elaborate before you click off the video. This is really an important video, so just stay with me here. If this is triggering, you might need to watch it. If you think it's not you, you might need to watch it. Just watch it and then you can make your assessments at the very end. If you are manifesting a specific person and, I'm not only going to explain this, but I'm going to give you the remedy, the way to change this all around, and the key to unlocking this manifesting the relationship that you want or the specific person that you deeply desire. Okay. So some questions that I have for you. So are you practicing this type of self-love? That's what we want to discuss and sort of explore a little bit in this video. So if you want someone to love you unconditionally, are you loving yourself unconditionally? What I mean is, do you accept all the parts of you? Because if you want someone to love you unconditionally, that someone is a mirror. They can't do it for you. Okay. And so you have to really take an honest look if you are honestly, truly, deeply accepting yourself and loving yourself fully and unconditionally right now. If you want someone to accept every part of you, are you accepting every part of you? If you want someone to prioritize you, are you truly prioritizing you? Prioritizing you doesn't necessarily mean like, these surface level things. It means, do you really prioritize doing the things or thinking the things or doing whatever you need to do mentally, physically, energetically? I mean, all of these things. Are you really prioritizing what you need to do to fulfill your desires, to have a fulfilling life, right? So it's more than these surface level prioritizing things. If you want someone to commit to loving you, are you truly committed to loving you? If you want someone to be a stable foundation and have open communication, are you a stable foundation for yourself and having open and honest communication with yourself? If you want someone to accept and love every part of you, are you accepting and loving every part of you? I think I asked this question again, but Why not have it asked twice? It's a great question. If you want someone to shower you with love, are you showering yourself with love unconditionally? If you want someone to cater to your every need and desire, are you catering to your every need and desire? Relying on the mirror, aka someone else, aka your specific person, to give you something you're not giving yourself doesn't work. It can't work. It will never work. You can get drips and drabs here and there, but the full package of everything, like this deeply intimate, connected relationship, if you're not giving yourself these aspects first, giving to yourself in this way, the mirror can't give it to you either, right? You can't rely on the mirror to give you something that you're not giving yourself. So let's talk about a literal mirror as an example. If you want the mirror to show you that your hair is beautifully blown out and styled, but you haven't, taken the time to do your hair, the mirror simply cannot. If you want the mirror to show you a beautiful expression on your face, but you haven't smiled or relaxed into a beautiful, loving space inside yourself, the mirror simply cannot. If you want the mirror to show you that you've got a beautiful, elegant dress or outfit or suit and tie, whatever it is on, and you haven't put that on yourself, the mirror simply cannot. Are you getting the analogy here? These are all very physical, tangible things, but it's no different from these non-physical, non-tangible things that I was asking questions about at the beginning of the video. Now, a lot of people want to take this literal and do the action pieces only because, frankly, this is easier. It's easier to take the actions to prioritize yourself. But they don't, this is the easier way to do it, but they don't create the change. They don't change. People tend to avoid changing their inner world, their inner concepts, their beliefs about themselves, the way they think about themselves, the way they prioritize and love themselves. They tend to not do that because that work is more, it doesn't have to be harder. It's just less tangible, right? And it can feel harder to just love yourself than, take yourself for a massage. Oh, look, I'm prioritizing myself. I took myself for a massage. That is a very loving act, but that's not, if, the whole time you were in the massage, you were still saying unlovely things about yourself or still feeling a certain way because you think something is missing from yourself and from your life that another person is going to give you, then doing the massage for yourself, although it is a nice thing, it's not truly doing the work, right? So, right. People often do things and say, I'm prioritizing myself. I go to the gym, I go to the spa, I buy myself lovely things. I honor my needs first in my schedule. And yes, all these things are good, but it's not you fully loving yourself. The deeper needs that you, and again, I've made this mistake in my experience as well, that you're still outsourcing, the deeper needs that you're still outsourcing are things like security, self-adoration, self-acceptance, and full unconditional self-love. You still are looking for someone outside of you to give you these things, right? So if you're being honest with yourself, you will see that you are in that when you are not doing, you're not doing and saying the things, and you feel bad when your SP is not there doing and saying these things. You feel bad, you feel missing, you feel lack. Well, no one can make you feel any way. You're doing that to yourself. You're feeling bad when they're not there. You're feeling like something's missing because you're not giving it to yourself. You're still waiting for the outsourcing, someone to come in and give you the things that you should be giving to yourself, right? And so a lot of people, there are some people that are just manifesting someone that they haven't had a relationship with previously. And that's fine. That's great. You can still be practicing this outsourcing thing. But a lot of people are manifesting someone who they have had some type of at least an interaction with, some type of experience with. And that experience with this person, that person probably, maybe in the beginning reflected so much love to you that you, again, were not giving to yourself, that it became intoxicating. It became like an addiction because you were still outsourcing your own love. And so now when that person went away, you think you need that person to feel that feeling. You do not. And the key to manifesting the specific person back in is not needing them to be there to give you the self-love. You have to figure out how to give it to yourself. You have to develop this way of loving yourself, accepting yourself, adoring yourself. All the things you think this person coming back into your life is going to give you, you have to do it. You have to do it to and for yourself, right? So And I'm not saying you don't get to experience this other person reflecting love back to you. Oh, of course you do. Of course you do. That's why you have the desire. And who doesn't want that? What I am saying is that you shouldn't rely on that. You shouldn't outsource your supply of love to someone else. You shouldn't stand in front of the mirror and expect the mirror to show you something you haven't given to yourself. Right? I use the example of hair and face expression and an outfit, but this is the same thing with your self-love, right? And your specific person is a mirror. You cannot expect your specific person to flow all this unconditional love to you when you haven't given that to yourself. So if you were not still outsourcing the emotional needs that your SP has at one point fulfilled, I'm assuming you would not feel the absence of the relationship or their presence as deeply. You wouldn't. You would feel filled up in these emotional places, and you would also have a more solid knowing and faith and trust that they are there. If you want them, they're there, right? So it's almost like this emotional outsourcing it's a form of resistance. It's a form of keeping you stuck because you keep feeling the lack of love because, again, it's outsourced to someone that's not currently with you. And you might use determination and willpower to get yourself to feel those things, but it can only last so long. And then you start to feel the lack of it because, again, it's truly outsourced. You're trying to manifest it, or you're trying to muster it up within yourself, but it's really outsourced. You really think that you need this person to do it. And so you can only last for so long. And, this is what perpetuates the cycle. And it perpetuates the illusion of nothing happening. Your specific person is not difficult to manifest. This is not a difficult thing. It only becomes difficult when we think erroneously, incorrectly, that we're dominantly trying to change out there. You are not. You are dominantly, and I might even say only, changing you. Changing you. That's what manifesting truly is. Your outside will change. It absolutely will. It absolutely will. Because when you change, out there changes. That's how this works. But if you've got it the wrong way around, and you learned about manifesting, and you learned about manifesting a specific person, and you have this person that was in your life, and you really want them, and you learn about manifesting a specific person, but still all of your attention is mostly out there, mostly out there, mostly out there, mostly out there, this is what will keep you in this sort of stuck position. And I don't want you to be in this stuck position. You don't need to be there. So what you need is a full understanding of how this works. How this works. It's a mirror. It's simply a mirror. You cannot keep outsourcing and relying on the mirror to give you something that you're not giving yourself, right? So the need is indicative of the outsourcing. When you need it, you're relying on something out there. It's so important to understand. If you need it, that is an indication that you're outsourcing. So I implore you to take a deeper look at what you think the person coming in, what your specific person will fulfill inside of you, right? This is what I mean by outsourcing. What you think that person, when they show up, knocking at your door saying, hey, love of my life, let's do this. Here we go. We're in it. I'm fully yours. You're fully mine. Let's go. We're doing it. What do you think that's going to give you? Right? What is that going to give you? The answer should be very little, very few things, honestly. So whatever you come up with right now, though, that's what you're still outsourcing. That's what you're still missing within yourself, that you have the complete ability to give yourself, by the way. You have the complete ability to give these things to yourself. It takes practice. It takes a little bit of, knowing what you're doing, knowing how to do it, working on it, trying to give it to yourself, right? Because you can. You can. You absolutely can. Everything comes from within you already. That's the essence of this reality. It's a projection of your mind. It's a projection of your mind. So when you find that love within yourself, when you find that peace, that contentment, that adoration, that unconditional love for yourself, the evidence, everything will be added unto you from that place. You see, okay, I just remembered. I wanted to put the quote. It's not really a quote. I'm going to call it a, what am I going to call it? It's a paraphrase. I'm going to paraphrase from Neville. So he talks about states, right? And he talks about you can be in any state that you want. And when you change your state of being, he's talking about your state of being, which is not just your emotions, by the way. I find many people misunderstand states and they think it's just your emotion. No, your state of being is everything. It's your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, your assumptions, your emotions, but it's all of it, right? So you can change your state. We go in and out of states all the time. You can change your state. And when you go into a state and you stay there, the evidence, the circumstances that are correlated to that state that you brought yourself into, they're already there. They're already there. It's like if you literally were in the US and you traveled to a different state. The features of that state, right? You go to Arizona and there's the Grand Canyon, right? The feature of the state is there. It's already there. It's the evidence. It's the circumstances of the state. So how does this apply to what I'm talking about? Well, when you bring yourself through the inner work to the state of unconditional love, to the state of being adored and being, fully loved, fully fulfilled, fully committed to, fully prioritized, all within yourself, the evidence of that state that you created within yourself are all there. They're all there. They will be there. They'll be added unto you. When you enter the state, the evidence is already there. You will experience the evidence that has always been there also, by the way. The evidence is already there. The evidence goes with the state. You move state to state. So don't be in this state of lack, of waiting, of outsourcing. The state of outsourcing will give you the evidence of outsourcing. What do I mean by that? The state of outsourcing, which basically means lack, will align you with the evidence, the circumstances that are the evidence of lack. So you will have evidence that, yeah, it's not here. Yeah, not fully loved. Yeah, not fully committed to. Yeah, not fully prioritized. Because that's your state of being. So you do the inner work. Whatever you think that person is going to give you, you do the inner work to bring yourself to that state of fulfillment, fully loved unconditionally, fully adored, fully prioritized, fully everything. Everything that you think you want this person to give you, you have to give it to yourself, because the mirror can't give you something that you're not giving yourself first. It just simply cannot. You can't stand in front of the mirror in your bathrobe and tell the mirror, please show me an elegant evening gown. It simply cannot. It's a mirror. So you bring yourself into the state of fulfillment. All the evidence is there. The evidence will be added unto you, unto your state of being. So this is, the subtle ways that we tend to withhold these things from ourselves. We think someone else is going to give it to us. And we even go as far as to feel worse and worse and worse about ourselves, right? So our self-love is sometimes going down, 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 down because the person is missing, right? And this is a way that you withhold it from yourself. That love is already available to yourself. It's available right now. You can love yourself fully right now. You can start practicing it right now. So, so I hope that this video is helpful and, you guys are maybe inspired. The mirror analogy, I tried to make it as crystal clear as possible in showing you how these things that you want this person to show up and give you, if you're not giving them to yourself, if you're outsourcing, the person simply cannot, okay? And so I'm giving you the real secrets to how to manifest your specific person, not just affirm 50 million times and get them to show up. You can do that. You can totally do that. But, it's going to be short-lived and it's not going to be the full all-encompassing thing that you're actually going for, okay? And there's no need to stay in these superficial cycles of getting a little bit here and there. There's no reason to do it, okay? You are manifesting everything already. If you don't think you're manifesting, learn how to figure out that you are. It's like breathing, right? I mean, sometimes you're not aware that you're breathing, but that doesn't mean you're not breathing. You are. You're breathing all the time. Same thing with manifesting. You may not be aware that you're manifesting all the time, but I promise you, you are. Like you're breathing, even though you're not thinking, hey, I'm breathing. You're breathing and you're manifesting. It's the same thing. You can't not breathe and you can't not manifest. All right, you guys, that's it for this one. Please leave me a comment if you stuck around to the end of this video. I know this is super helpful. I know this is what you guys wanted to hear. I don't necessarily know it's what you wanted to hear, but I know it's what you needed to hear. So, and yes, stay tuned for all the information coming out in the next day or so about my next group coaching program, all about living from the end. Perfect topic that goes along with this video, right? If you want to be in the relationship, you learn to live in the end of the relationship now. You're not outsourcing. You're giving it all to yourself now. You're choosing your state of being. You're choosing the end that you live in, that you reside in now. We're not waiting anymore. It doesn't make sense to wait. So in this group coaching, we are going to talk all about, using your emotions to guide you and assist you in this process, how to live in the end when you're facing opposites in your 3D reality, how to have better state control. I was going to say create your state of being, same thing, create your state of being, have better state control, and practical ways that you practice living from the end. Okay, so stay tuned for all of that. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.